Hi, parents and families. It's me, Mrs. Jenkins. I wanted to come at you today with a really quick video. I know that we are about to shift and transform our teaching instruction mode into something new and different starting in April. And so I really just wanted to touch bases with you. And I met with my team today, and together we came up with a list of things that your kids have to be able to do in order to really be successful. If you're thinking about sending them back for hybrid learning, remember, hybrid means they're just going to be coming to school 2 days a week. The other 3 days, they will be at home doing the Zoom learning. So here's a short list. I will also email this list to you of things that your child must be able to do if you're thinking about sending them back to hybrid. First of all, they're going to have to wear a mask all day. And that goes from the time they hit that bus stop, or if you're driving them, from the time they get out of that car, all the way till they're all the way back home or back inside of your car, depending on how they get to school. Your child's gonna have to wear a mask all day. That is gonna be a huge difference for all of us, even myself. So if you're thinking about sending your child in for hybrid, you're gonna have to start having them practice now. Maybe put the mask on, let them wear it for an hour or two around the house. That's going to be a huge determining factor, because if your child can't tolerate a mask all day, hybrid is probably not for them. So that's number one, the mask. Practice wearing the mask. Number two, this is a big one for kindergarten specifically. Your child is going to have to know how to put on and take off all of their clothing items independently. So that includes jackets. They're going to have to be able to put their jacket on by themselves, take their jacket off by themselves. Any other clothing items, if your child may be taking their shoes on and off, they will have to use the bathroom during the day. They're going to have to be able to unbuckle their belt, all of those things, all of those fasteners that come with clothes. They're going to have to be able to do them 100% independently, because we're going to be at a 6 foot distance. So I am not going to be able to tie any shoes. If someone's wearing a belt buckle and they really have to go to the bathroom and they can't unbuckle their belt, I mean, that happens more often than you think, parents. I can't help them. Or if they're done using the bathroom and they don't know how to buckle their belt again, I've got to stay at a 6 foot distance. So if you're thinking about sending your child back in, practice now. All of those fasteners, those clothes, the jackets, the zippers, the snaps, the shoe tying. I won't be tying any shoes. So that's something else that your child will have to practice. Okay, the third one that we thought about is back to the 6 foot distancing. This is something that's new and different for all of us. Even for me as an adult, it's so strange and foreign to stand at a distance from others. So you can imagine for a 5 or 6 year old, for our little guys, that's all they want to do is they want to touch and hug and play. And, they roll around on the floor together when they play together. That's just their nature. But if you're sending your child back to hybrid, we all are going to have to stay a minimum of 6 feet apart. So that means they can't be near each other, and I can't be near them, and they can't be near me either. So that's going to be very challenging. It may be something, if you want them to come back to hybrid, you probably should start practicing now. And it's I can't even, say that it's not going to be hard, because I know that it will be hard. Something else, that if you're thinking about sending your child back to school for a hybrid, they must know how to open all of their food packages. This is a huge one again in kindergarten, because based on my past experience, most kindergartners don't know how to open their food. Like, they may have a thermos and they can't unscrew the top, or they may have a package of a biscuit in a package and they can't open the plastic, or they may have a milk or a juice and they don't know how to open it. Again, unfortunately, I have to stay at a distance for my own safety and for your safety and theirs. So they're going to have to open all their food packages by themselves. So that's something to think about. If you're going to send your child back, have them start practicing using scissors to cut open their plastic, or maybe rethink those thermoses with the tight lids that they just can't unscrew. Whatever kind of food that they get for lunch, they're going to have to be able to open it themselves. And that goes for breakfast too. You may or may not know, but the school supplies breakfast for all the students from K-2. And I think I'll find out for sure. I think during this hybrid time, they'll be providing breakfast for everybody. But either way, the kindergartners will definitely have breakfast. But again, I won't be able to open any packages. So if your child struggles with opening their food packages, that's something you need to consider as a family. Something else that we thought of on our list is the kids will need to bring their own activities to occupy themselves during free times. So right now, the way the schedule is, that we have 2 times for asynchronous learning or independent practice time. So that's from 10 to 11. That's when I normally put them in the waiting room and they do their seesaw assignment. And then there's another one later on from about 1:30 to about 3:20, where again, they're expected to work independently. Well, if your child is coming into hybrid, they're going to have something to do during those times. So let's say at 10 o'clock, I release everyone, your child does their work. It might take them 10, 15, 20 minutes to finish their work. They're still going to have all the way to 11 o'clock. Because of the social distancing, we won't have any centers open. So normally the kids would just go to centers and interact with each other. That's not going to happen. So if your child is coming to hybrid, you're going to need to send them something that they can do while they're sitting in their space to work on during the free time. So that's something else to consider. The kids will not be allowed to play together or to share toys or other items. So now the one thing that we don't know, our schedule that we have now, it very well may change. And so there's a lot that we don't know yet. So just stay tuned. Whenever I find out, I'll let you know. And is there anything else on the list? Let's see. So that's all that we could think of right now. But those are some things as you're making your decision, talking as a family as to, are you going to do hybrid twice a week? Do you want your child just to stay home? These are some really important considerations specifically for kindergarten that you really need to consider. And the other thing that you need to know, and I did mention this on the message, whether you choose hybrid and your child comes twice a week, or whether you decide to continue doing distance learning like we're doing now, either one that you choose, the kids are still going to be learning on the iPad. So in the morning, we're going to be logging in. The kids that are with me are going to be sitting at their desk, 6 feet apart from each other, 6 feet apart from me. We're all going to be on our devices, and I'm going to be teaching just like I am now on a Zoom. So the teaching is not going to change, or the mode of teaching. So the kids who come into hybrid aren't going to get anything different or anything more, anything special than the people that stay home. So, again, I won't be pulling groups to work with small groups at the table. We won't be doing partner work. None of those things that we normally do. It's basically going to be Zoom class, but some kids will be at home and some kids will be at school. So that's about it. But these are some really important things that I really want you to consider and discuss with your family as you make your decision. Remember, the due date is going to be on Sunday, February the 28th. So that's the last day when you can turn in your survey. So please get that done as soon as you can. Thank you so very much, and more later.